it.
Awesome. I'm Sid, co-founder CEO at GitLab, and we're going to discuss common criticisms of open core business models and how GitLab address it with Emilie. Emilie, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Emilie Sherio. I'm an internal strategy consultant here at GitLab. I'm the chief of staff team.
Cool. And I'll share what we're looking at here. There's been a great tweet by Deb Bryant at Red Hat, or a great presentation, and someone tweeted that. And she talks about things that bring pause about open core contributors and companies. And these are very valid things. Oh, and there's a source there for the MongoDB. Oh, that's the source for this thing. Anyway, this was presented at the Open Core Summit. And I think it's really important for us to state how we address this, both to keep ourselves honest and to be of service to the wider community. And her first point is that participation is constrained. May limit participation to keep premium features from being contributed. We actively work to grow participation, and we do not say no to default to having existing paid features contributed to our open source project. So I think this is the essence of it. Vendor lock-in premium features make it more difficult to switch workflows. I think there's what is it? Yeah, we don't want to lock people in. I think that's a great, we want to play well with others. These are some summaries of that. That works. Community is the value. Community is seen as a marketing tool instead of a community. Well, I think instead of people who participate, people who contribute back. Instead of making the product better together. Yeah, so I would say we depend on the community to make the product better. And I think it shows up indeed to merge request coaches. It's also something we track, I think, in our KPIs. We do track the amount of community contributions.
I think it's under marketing.
Yeah, it's a marketing thing. Maybe you can find it in the marketing part. And it comes back here because...
Sid, it's number 5 on that list. Wider community merged MRs per release.
Awesome. Cool. So it's an important stat for us. So we can deep link to that. And then in addition, we can maybe say on the maturity page, for every stage, we track how many community contributions we get. So in order to reach the maturity we want to reach, it's essential that we get these community contributions. So it's not just something we value, it's something that without that, GitLab as a single application for the entire DevOps lifecycle just plain wouldn't work. Cool. And then the last thing is deployment constraints. Customers are afraid of confusing and unsanctioned licenses. Yeah. We don't use a limiting license. Did she say AGPL?
SSPL.
Yeah, I think we should stay away from AGPL. It's something I talked to in relation to MongoDB, but that's controversial. So let's talk about SSPL, which is basically not open source. So I'd say, hey, we use an open source license. And this shouldn't be community edition. We should say, look, the open part of the open core part of GitLab is licensed under the MIT expat license which is an official open source license. I think we can keep it that simple.
Okay, I will say there was an issue where legal just reviewed the language. So the docs site is hyperlinked there, and legal just reviewed the language that I present in that sentence, and they have continued to refer to it as GitLab Community Edition.
I think
that's the sentence that I have.
Okay. Cool. I lost the merge request. Here it is. Yeah, but so we can do that, but let's keep it simple. Let's not talk about AGPL. Let's just say, hey, GitLab is open core, and we make sure it's a real open source license, and real open source. It's opensource.com or something like that. This is the Red Hat site. I think it's OC or something. Open Source Initiative, yeah. Opensource.org. It's an approved license here. Let's say that.
Okay.
It's an approved it's an official open source license as defined by the Open Source Initiative. We could even have a nice
just a moment.
Graphic if we need. Cool. Yeah, so we're getting very close. Maybe some cross-linking is also in order. This is on our stewardship page. This is on the right page. So let's cross-link it with more stuff on the stewardship page, but it's on the right page, so that makes sense. Cool. So very minor things. Thank you so much. This is shaping up to be great.
Thanks. I'm gonna end the recording.